As an environmental health officer, I work in a department that is on alert because of the swine flu pandemic, which has hit the media recently.
Good afternoon, boys and girls.
Good afternoon.
Within the environmental health department, one of the tasks that we have to carry out on a regular basis is the investigation of infectious diseases.
Does anyone know what environmental health is?
We work closely with the health board and other bodies to ensure that the spread is as much as possible controlled. An important part of that is through education.
Today to talk to you about hand washing and about Germbusters.
We educate groups throughout the community on personal hygiene and hand hygiene, which is an important vector in the spread of that and the other diseases which can lead to pandemics.
Everybody, could you look at your own hands? Look at your own hands. Do you think your hands look clean?
No.
No. So you've got dirt and things in them? There are certain things that you'll find in your hands that you can't see. Certain things that may or may not be harmful.
Today we've been in a primary school and we have been teaching the kids about proper techniques for hand washing. For that we use a whole package called Germbusters, and the purpose of that, the Germbusters comes with a light box, and that light box, when used with a specific gel, can show up the areas on kids' hands where germs would grow, where dirt can harbour, but where they can't see.
Do you know why we can't see the bacteria on our hands?
Because it's so small.
Exactly. They are absolutely tiny. And when you think that as much as 1 million bacteria can fit on the head, the sharp end of a pin or a drawing pin, then that'll show you how small they actually are. And that's why it's essential that we wash our hands, even when they don't look dirty, to get rid of all those germs, all those bugs and all those bacteria. What sort of things do we do where we should wash our hands afterwards?
You've got to wash your hands when you've been playing with your friends, or eating, or touching your pets, or playing outside, or if you've fallen after you've went to the toilet.
You're right there, you're spot on. What we're going to do is we're going to do a demonstration with a couple of you guys. We're going to get you, using this magic potion here, to wash your hands. Then we'll see what the outcome is under here, and what we should hopefully see is that there are areas on our hands that we will miss when we're hand washing.
Though we're focusing on the children today and the young kids, it's very important that everybody is aware of the best possible techniques for proper hand washing, hand hygiene and personal hygiene.
Just rub your hands together, back of your hands too. So what this is supposed to be, this is representing the dirt that we get on our hands every single day.
Although adults may be aware of terms like bacteria and how small they are, it's very common that their hand washing technique isn't up to scratch.
Okay, Megan, so if you want to stick your hands under, you've got quite a lot of it off, but you can see there's still areas in between your fingers that are still white, and that's because these are areas that we commonly miss. Okay, Cameron, if you want to do your hands.
It's as important that the children find out about this as it is that adults find out about this, and that the proper technique and the proper way of getting rid of germs and dirt on the hands is reinforced throughout all age groups.
Get your hands out. We're going to pretend that we're washing our hands. Okay, so what's the first thing you need if you're washing your hands? Water. Exactly, we need water. So we're turning our tap on and we're getting our hands nice and wet.
We hope by teaching these kids to do this at a very young age that they pick that message up and they can carry it through for the rest of their lives.
So what I think we're going to do now is we're going to get the same two volunteers, and what we're going to do is we're going to wash your hands. So if you just make your way back over to the sink, Sheena's going to help you through that. So remember all the steps, interlacing your fingers, cover the back of our hands too, so turn your hands over, getting the tops of your fingers, getting your thumbs, getting the tips of your fingers.
And what do you do next, Megan? That's great. Then you can go back and see Stephen, see if they're all clean.
You can see now that there aren't any areas that are glowing white. Turn your hands over. You've managed to get everywhere. So you've successfully, using the technique that we taught you, you've managed to clean your hands and get rid of all the dirt and grime. Fantastic, well done.
When I went over to the smiley face, I thought my hands were clean, but they weren't. But when I done it the second time, I took longer and my hands were clean. I learned that all the bacteria and germs are so small that you have to try and get rid of them because you could be ill. So I'll give my hands a good wash so I can get rid of all the bacteria and germs. Today I learned how to germbust and how to wash your hands properly, and now I'm going to wash my hands anytime I think they're dirty.
And hopefully the message of proper hand hygiene and keeping yourself clean and your hands clean will be with them throughout their adult lives and lead eventually to a reduction in the amount of illness that they may suffer.